So the New Year's Eve college football semifinals were a dud, but what it did produce was a classic championship matchup between Alabama and Clemson. I'm Bram Weinstein. Let's check out the highlights. And it was a doozy between the Tigers and Crimson Tide. The offense exploded early with Derrick Henry, the Heisman winner, from midfield, gone.
Showing his explosive play, but what you got to see here is the right side of this offensive line clearing out the defensive line that, for Clemson, came in as a highly touted group.
Nick Saban's had a lot of good running backs. There's Mark Ingram being interviewed during the touchdown run.
Derrick Henry keeping the tradition alive at Alabama. Great line of running backs. He's no different.
People were wondering, how would Clemson react on this stage? Deshaun Watson was a star. Let's use the axis here to show you this throw to Hunter Renfrow.
Deshaun Watson doesn't let any kind of pressure situation phase him. They're threading the needle perfectly in a double coverage to Hunter Renfrow, who showed up on a big stage.
How about this call? Tie game, fourth quarter, 24 apiece, onside kick, recovered by Alabama.
This is the same thing as sinking a 40-yard putt for birdie at the Masters. You can practice it all you want, but it takes a little luck to get it done. Great call by Nick Saban.
They were stunned. They cashed in on it. O.J. Howard. Where's the Clemson defense? Touchdown.
That's really plagued the Clemson defense all season long. Busts in coverage. Howard been quiet all year, showing up.
Everything turned its game on its head from that onside kick, because here's the special teams again. After a Clemson field goal to cut it to 4, it's Kenyon Drake who beat Contain. Now it's a foot race down the sideline, and Drake would dive for the pylon. Touchdown, Alabama.
Check out his speed and explosion to get to the corner against that special teams group for Clemson. Taking a look at the pylon cam, it's all good.
Look, Watson came to play. He was not startled by anything and ready for the stage. How about this slant to Artavis Scott to keep his team in the game?
Speedster Artavis Scott finding that hole in the zone coverage. And Deshaun Watson, again, not showing any phase by the big stage that he was on.
Jumbo package here for Henry on the goal line. A tough effort, but he's curious. Do you think he got in?
Yeah, I think the Clemson defense bowed up, but there's no question he got in. It's a matter of when. Was there a whistle blown before he made that extra effort that you see right there?
36 for 158, third touchdown of the game. Yeah, definitely. He's that close. 40 points combined in the fourth quarter between the two, but Clemson fell 5 short. They lose 45-40, and they fall 1 game, 1 minute from becoming the first ever 15-0 FBS team. As for Nick Saban, this is his 4th title in 7 years at Alabama, 5th overall. How's he doing?
He's doing great. I mean, he can finally rest. I loved his post-game reaction. After the game, he finally showed a little bit of excitement and happiness. He loved this group of men that he was coaching with. Picked up his 100th win at Alabama. It's great to be a fan of the Crimson Tide.
You know, this time, this run that they've had, it's an unusual time in college football to have that kind of dominance for that period of time. Is this the greatest run by any program ever?
Bram, it's hard to make an argument against that. When you look at how college football is in this modern era, there are some major differences than how it used to be. But what makes Alabama so special here and now is their attention to detail. They focus in on the small things. Nick Saban wants to know if people are showing up to class on time, giving their full effort on the practice field, and that's what's made them so successful, picking up 4 national championships.
Clemson's going to sit there and say, oh, we were that close to having it happen. They've got an opportunity again if they can pick up the pieces and turn this thing around. Deshaun Watson was amazing in this game. He's only a sophomore. He's back. Where do you see him actually improving next year for Clemson?
The sky's the limit for Deshaun Watson. What he can do better, though, is be more consistent, and that's what Alabama did so well and did a great job of finishing. He can take a page out of their playbook, look at how they finish games, and do that the entire 60 minutes of play. But he's going to be terrorizing ACC defenses for at least another year, and I know there's some coaches around the league that are ready to see him go.
Well, I know you're ingrained in ACC country, so you get to see them up close a lot. This is going to be a different animal for them next year. I mean, they were a team that exceeded expectations. They were fantastic. They got to 14-1. Next year, they might be the number 1 team going into the country. Is that program ready for those type of expectations?
I think so. They have a great support group, and everybody says the wind blows stronger at the top of the flagpole, and that's the truth. Clemson needs to continue to stick to what they've done best to get them there, and that's follow the leadership of Dabo Swinney. If you're a high school recruit and you've got Dabo Swinney in your living room telling you to come to Clemson, I don't see how you say no. He's a player's coach, a passionate man, and you know he's going to put you in position to win national championships.
You know how you say no when Nick Saban's waiting his these two.
That's the only time.
That is the only time. Maybe these two will be back again next January, and we'll take a rematch after what we saw.
I'll take it.
Dave Harding. I'm Bram Weinstein.